If you want to become the best version of yourself and achieve all your goals, we need to reset for March. Manifestations to realization. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Kiana, and today I am walking you through my monthly reset guide. It is the only monthly reset routine you will need to become the best version of yourself, achieve all your goals, and start creating your dream life right now. Now, if you clicked on this video, I know that you need a foolproof plan that is going to ensure that everything goes right in March. So we are doing something I've never done before. We are setting a monthly affirmation, and we are going to use this manifestation to start acting like the best version of ourselves. I recently hosted a manifestation workshop all about taking your manifestations, turning them into goals, and taking aligned action to bring them into your reality. And we are going to be using this principle to create an affirmation that we are actually going to act on in March. I hate to break it to you, but manifestations are not magic. You actually have to act on them for them to come true. When you set this affirmation, I want you to think about how you are going to act it out in your life, because that is the only way it will manifest. My March affirmation is, I pursue everything with the confidence of success. I really want to embody the energy of pursuing everything I'm interested in with confidence that is going to be successful, is going to be an asset to my life. It's going to help me grow. It's going to help me become the most authentic, best version of me, and help me get closer and closer to that dream life I can't stop thinking about. I think it's really important to reflect upon the last month, to really recognize what went well, and a huge change I've made since the beginning of the year has been acting like my best self, and I do this through using the Activations app. I've definitely talked about this app before. It's very similar to meditation, except instead of calming you down, this app wakes you up and prompts you to feel like the best version of yourself right now. I try to implement listening to activations as soon as I can in the morning, literally when I wake up and as I get ready for the day, but I try to embody the energy of my best self throughout the entire day, every single day. This is the most life-changing habit I've added to my lifestyle in years. I don't think I've ever felt this good about myself, about my direction, about my career, my path, my future, my purpose, reaching all my goals, creating my dream life. This feeling is addicting and I only want more of it. I think a super important part about setting yourself up for a great month is really getting clear on what that looks like. We are going to be scrolling Pinterest and making a little March Pinterest board. If you watched my Becoming That Girl in 2025 video, then you saw that we created a 2025 Pinterest board, and we're just going to be going into that, and we're going to be creating a March section so that we can keep all the vibes we want to emulate for 2025, but also for the month ahead in the same place. I feel like this is such a great way to get really intentional about what you want to be manifesting, what goals you want to focus on, and what habits you're going to be working on. If I could give you one tip for what to focus on when making your March Pinterest board, keep it very simple. Less is more. I would think around 10 images would kind of do the trick. I think one of the best ways to see results is to be very focused on a few things instead of trying to do everything all at once. So let's start making our Pinterest boards together and bring all those manifestations to realization in the month ahead.
I might come running back when our hearts get back on track. When the stars line up, that's that.
If there's one part of this video that is non-negotiable, it is the journaling section. I feel like using journal prompts to set yourself up for the month ahead is so essential on getting clarity, being super intentional, and figuring out what goals and habits you want to prioritize in the month ahead. These are the journal prompts I use literally every single month and have been since 2023 to help me get in alignment with the goals I want to achieve, best version of myself, and how I can start creating my dream life right now. The first prompt is our February reflection. I feel like this is just really important to get like a brain dump going, figure out all the thoughts you have about the past month. This will help warm you up to go into the other prompts. It's not really that serious. It's just about getting out all your thoughts, all the good, the bad, the ugly, everything you felt in the last month. Using all of that will help determine where you want to go in the month ahead. It's really important to celebrate your wins. So the next prompt is February highlights. And this can be any win, success, goal achieved, memory, just all the good that came from the last month. I feel like this really sets you up to go into the journaling session with a positive mindset no matter what happened. The next journal prompt is what didn't go as planned. You can write down any surprises, things that didn't turn out the way you would expect, or things that literally just flopped in your life. I feel like it's really important to know what wasn't in alignment in the month ahead, even more than what was, because I feel like our mistakes, our failures, everybody always sees these things as a bad thing, but they actually are so great for redirecting us in the direction we want to go or trying again. When something doesn't work, it doesn't mean that it's not necessarily meant to be. It just means that you have to change your method of how you're going to obtain the goal or whatever it is. So I feel like this is where you really want to dive into this journal prompt, because this will help you so much going into the next month and with every single goal you try to achieve. Moving on, this is one of my favorite prompts and I've been doing it for literally years. What do I need more of? What do I need less of? And this is a really great way to go through all of your habits and kind of do like an inventory on which habits are making me feel great, which ones do I want to do more of, what things in my life do I want more of, and then the opposite, what habits do I need to cut, what things are making me feel bad, not like my best self, making me feel insecure, comparison, whatever it is. Just go through all the things, figure out what you need more and less of, and the idea is that you follow through with either increasing or decreasing these things in the next month. And the last prompt, pretty simple, is your March intentions. And so based on pretty much everything you wrote, you should have a bit of a clearer picture or idea of the certain things you want. Writing down your intentions is super important because this is where goals and habits stem from. So if you have an intention like, I want to be balanced in March, your goals and habits should align with this intention. I honestly don't even want to say should, because the intention is what fuels your goals and habits. It's kind of like the why and purpose behind why you're setting these goals and why you're doing these habits. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Less is more. Think about what is most important to you in this journal session. I really want you to focus on the most important things to you in the month ahead, because whatever you tackle in March, if you do a good job at it, you won't have to worry about it going forward, and you'll be able to give something completely different, your full-time intention, in April and any month ahead. In every monthly reset, I love to give an update on my health and fitness routines. As you guys know, I don't really have any specific goals for fitness in 2025. However, I've been doing some reflection on the goals I set at the beginning of the year. I'm getting super clear on what are like my top 10 life goals at this moment. And I did realize that with fitness and health, I have this overarching goal that I'm working towards, and that is being in my healthiest, most sustainable shape. I want to enjoy fitness as much as possible, working out 4 to 5 times a week, but also being active every single day and living an active lifestyle, enjoying whole foods, cooking a lot more, getting enough sleep, and just managing stress. And I talked about this in 2024, but I'm really starting to love fitness again and feel a passion for it. And I feel like now that passion is extending beyond fitness and is being reflected in all the healthy habits I partake in, as well as the healthy lifestyle that I am trying to live. You guys know me, it would not be a monthly reset if we did not talk about our monthly goals. We're actually going to be doing something a little bit different this month, and I'm really excited about this change because I feel like it's been so called for. As you've heard me repeat several times throughout the video, I keep telling you guys less is more, less is more. When you focus on less, you're able to achieve more. I actually have a lot less goals to share with you this month, so I'm so excited to dive into these goals because these are the areas of my life that I really want to work on. My first goal is no working on the weekends. February was a very crazy month for me. I had a ton of things on the go. I was hosting an event, posting a ton of YouTube videos and content in general that I'm super passionate about, which is so exciting. But I do realize that I need time off. If I want to be able to achieve all my goals across my life, that means I need to actually give my body rest and have balance. Kind of on the same theme, I'm going to be prioritizing my night routine. I feel like every month I usually pick like one routine or like a bundle of habits to focus on. In February, I focused on wellness. And in January, I did kind of the same thing. A lot of focus on my morning routine. But in March, I really want to focus on my night routine. I think the biggest area in my wellness routine that I really slack in, and I've said this so many times before, is sleep. And I feel like I've finally started to make progress with this in 2025. I'm starting to notice what habits really make a difference in my life. Moving on to some career goals, I have some very exciting news. I actually hired a strategy team for my social media. If you guys didn't know, I'm a full-time content creator and micro influencer on social media, on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and Pinterest. I've been growing my social media channels for 4 years, but I've actually only been doing it full-time for just under a year, 6 months now. And I actually am so excited because I hired a strategy team at 23 years old. I've been wanting guidance for my social media for a long time, so this felt like a very necessary and aligned step. This was a long way to explain, but the goal is to implement all actionable steps from the strategy they are providing me. It's not just strategy, it's also consultation. So I'm working with them over the next few months to really take my social media career to the next level and keep building my brand and business. Moving on to another career goal, something I mentioned in February is that I wanted to launch a blog in March. Still working on that goal, and I think the date is probably going to get pushed back a little bit, but I do want to keep the launch in March. Moving on to home goals. Now, this is a goal I also had in February, but I just did not get around to it because my career took a huge piece of my time and energy in February. So a lot of my home and personal goals definitely got missed, but that is okay because if a goal doesn't end up coming to fruition, that means that it's not aligned in that time of your life, or maybe the step you're taking is too big. And I'm definitely following my own advice with that and just moving this goal into March because really there's no rush on this goal. I want to buy a duvet and a duvet cover and start accumulating pillows for my bed. If you guys didn't know, I renovated my room last November, but it's definitely not done. I don't have any wall art, I don't have any pillows, and do have a little bit of decor, but it's definitely not curated 100% to the way I want it. Still some things I want to do. I really want to make this space my own, especially while I'm still living at home with my family, because one day this era is going to be gone and I'm going to miss it. So I might as well romanticize it while I'm still here. And those are my goals for March of 2025. I'm so excited about this month. I feel like February was such a step up from January for me. Even though I was way busier in February, I was a lot happier because I feel like I made a lot of progress and movement in the direction I've been wanting to go in for A, so long, but B, of my life that kind of got me on this personal development path and pursuing things like social media. Like I feel so much like myself. And so that is a really exciting, rewarding feeling. I really do feel like I'm starting to become the best version of myself. Even though I'm not perfect, even though I didn't achieve all my goals in February, I haven't felt this good about myself, my life, and where I'm headed direction-wise in terms of materializing my dream life and becoming the best version of me in such a long time. I feel incredible. Maybe I need to do a video specifically on this because I feel like I've cracked the code in some ways and I've made some really great progress and I've got great tips and habits that I've implemented over the past few weeks. So let me know if you want to see that because that is definitely something I've been thinking about because the way I feel is addicting, and that's just the thing. Working on yourself is addicting and I just want to keep doing it. I feel like it would not be a reset routine if we didn't do a little like tidy and cleanup. I will say I do tidy my room on a daily basis because I really personally just don't like to go to bed with my room messy, so I try as hard as I can to clean my room before going to bed. I will say my room definitely does need to clean. We do need to tidy up a little bit, but I also want to take my spray and just go over the surfaces of my room because they're definitely dirty. They definitely need clean. I can see some coffee cup stains and I'm just like not vibing with that. Let's just do a quick 15-minute clean. It literally won't take longer than that, and I know I will feel a million times better when it's done. So this is your sign to clean your room if it needs it, because you are gonna feel so much better once you are in a clean space. It's true what they say, clean space, clean mind.
You know this ain't the time for the two of us. Ooh, I ain't got space to be thinking about you. You know this ain't the time for the two of us. Ooh, I ain't got space to be thinking about you. You know this ain't time for the two of us. Ooh, I ain't got space thinking about you.
Something I've already hinted at in the video is that a huge change I'm making going forward with the rest of 2025 is that I'm going to be focusing on my habits way more than I am on my goals. You're a little close. Now, little backstory, I'm going to try to keep this short. I started reading Atomic Habits on Audible, so I guess I'm really listening to it. And something that really stuck with me in this book is that James Clear said that people don't rise to the ambition of their goals. They fall to the success of their habits, give or take. Like, that is basically the gist of what he said. And he basically said that people don't rise to their potential based on the goals they set. Instead, they become who they are based on the habits they have. And I just thought that was very powerful because 9 times out of 10, when I set a goal, there's usually underlying habits to get the result. When people say to make your goals achievable, to make them specific, when people tell you to make SMART goals, 9 times out of 10, there's a little baby steps for each goal. And really what those things are, if they're not projects, they're habits. Taking this into consideration, every single goal I set for March, I created some habits that are gonna help me embody who I wanna be and pretty much the purpose behind why I set these goals in the first place. Without further ado, let's get into the habits I'm focusing on in March of 2025. One of my goals was to focus on my night routine, especially prioritizing sleep. So the habits I'm tracking for that are gonna be trying to get 8 hours of sleep every single night and be in bed by 10 p.m. This way, I'm setting myself up for success to actually prioritize my night routine, specifically the sleep part of it. Moving on to some personal habits that are just gonna help me embody the things in my life I wanna focus on. I do not wanna work a single weekend, and every single weekend I'm gonna be making a little box and checking it off if I didn't work. I also want to have a financial check-in every few days. Now, another habit I have is actually one I want to eliminate. So I have no scrolling, and with that, I have no overthinking. And basically, I'm tracking the two of them together because I usually do notice that if I am scrolling, I am overthinking. Moving on to wellness habits, I have fallen off my vitamins and minerals so hard. Just want to get back on because I notice a huge difference. Moving on to my career, the habits that I do want to track on top of what I normally do are my digital decluttering. I need to delete stuff off my phone, specifically my camera roll. It's ridiculous. I have like 40,000 photos and I don't need them all. Like, a lot of them are bursts from photo shoots, so those gotta go. And then I just want to engage with my audience every single day that I'm on social media. And those are all the habits I'm tracking for March 2025. As you can see, I have a few more habits than goals, but the reason behind that is I'm focusing on the habits so that I can achieve my goals. Guess who remembered to film the outro? Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, if you guys are new here, you should definitely think about subscribing, because if you like this video, pretty much all my videos are very similar. I always try to inspire you guys to become the best version of yourself, but I also like to keep it real. Like, I don't want you guys to think that my life is so unattainable. That really isn't why I film these videos. I always get so many comments from people telling me like, you are that girl, like, I don't know how you're so organized, how you achieve goals, you're so motivated, so inspiring, ambitious, blah, 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 blah. Super sweet of you guys to comment these things. However, I want you to know I'm just keeping it real. Like, I don't achieve every goal I set. For years, I felt like I barely made any progress while I was in school. So let this just be your sign that if you want to become the best version of yourself, so do I, so do we all. That's why we're all here. We're trying to achieve all our goals and create that dream life. There's literally nothing in this life you can't do if you put your mind to it. So I hope you will keep that mind going forward when you watch more of my videos and if you stick around for a little longer. Thank you so much for all your support on the last few videos. It's been so much fun creating for you and I just can't wait to keep doing it. So thank you guys again so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.
And to think that for you I would've put it all on hold. Now I'm playing in the sand till it turned to gold. Midas hands, but we all grow old. Can't have my soul, let my